everyone, and welcome to my March online card class. My name is Donna Winter and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Middletown, Connecticut in the USA. Today's March 20th at 11 a.m. and this is the March online card class. So you can receive these 4 cards in a card kit for free with a minimum purchase of $40 or more in my online store on or before April 1st using this hostess code here. There's a link down below that will send you right to the hostess code shopping area. So to make these cards, all you're going to need are sentiments and ink, of course, and flowers. You're going to need a flower for here and a flower for here. And everything else is die cut for you. So there is an option just to purchase the kit if you'd like for $25 if you don't want to make a purchase on the online store. And lastly, if you want written directions, there's a link down below in the description box also for the instructions. It's a nice PDF with color copies of the cards and directions on how to put them together. And of course you have the video to look at. So if you enjoy the content today, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so that when I upload a video in the future, you'll be notified. Hit the thumbs up. It helps my channel out. So let's get started. Sit back and enjoy or craft right along with me. I wanted to show you one of the, this sentiment here is made with this stamp set, which is retired, but some of you might already have it. So I don't have an up-to-date Easter stamp set, so that's why I use that. So let's get started. Okay, the first card we're going to do is the 5x7 birthday wishes card. That's a fun fold that pops up like that and holds your card up for display. Okay, I'm just going to move this up a little bit. I'll leave that like that. I'm going to put this up here, and then we will, so when your packet comes to you, it'll be in a 5x7 envelope, and everything will be in here that you need. You have some of the ribbon, really cute ribbon. You have some gems, this label. This little notched out piece is the piece that you're going to stamp on. Okay. And then all of these pieces are layers. Oh, and there's also another label there to stamp on. So let's start. We'll put the envelope aside over here. Let's start layering things up, and then we'll put it aside until we're ready to stamp. All right, so I'm going to use my glue gun here to glue this in. I usually always use glue. I like glue because it has a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, and we're going to glue this right in. We're not going to pop anything up until we get to the outside of the card. So sometimes it's nice to have a 5x7 card to send to people, especially if it's an anniversary card or a special birthday card. You have more room, and you can also put a note in here if you wanted, and it wouldn't be visible to okay, let me get my bone folder. We'll burnish that a little bit, and we'll start layering. So I have white layers underneath everything. Okay, and you put the flowers going the same way. And that's the other side of the DSP. It's kind of pretty. It's black and white though. So, but you could use the black and white art if you wanted to. So I kind of wanted to match the flowers that were on this paper with the flower that I was putting on the front. So we're going to color the flowers today with the masks that come with the bundle. The bundle comes with a stamp set, dies, and the masks that we're going to use to color the flower. It's real fun. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before with the masks. We've had masks before. I don't know that I've ever videotaped how to do them in the past. Okay, once you have all your pieces put on like this, we can put this piece aside. I'm just going to put that right up there. And this piece can get layered because everything's going to be layered on top of this. So let's layer this embossed piece. Now this is the mini corrugated embossing folder, which is new, online exclusive, which you have to look at online. So when you go to my website, there'll be a link that you can look at, that you can find to find online exclusives when you shop now on my website. All right, so here's this layered up. We're going to bring the card back in, and we're going to attach it to the card, and I want to make sure that it's even all the way around, but we're only going to attach it to this bottom part. All right, and so in order to do that, I'm going to take my dimensionals and I'm going to put dimensionals on here and then just hold it kind of where I want it, right and left, and then I'll put dimensionals on this piece here, maybe a little bit in further so I know that I'm not going to go beyond where the fold is, because you don't want to go beyond that fold. Peel off the dimensionals, layer, and hold this up like this, eyeballing even. Does it look even to you? Yeah, it looks kind of even to me. There we go. And so when this gets folded up now, of course I should have burnished it beforehand, but that's okay. We can burnish it now. It'll pop up. And once you put your sentiment in here with the dimensionals, it will stay. So that's the base card with all the layers on it. So now we're going to do some stamping. All right, I'm just going to put that over there. So the stamping part, we're going to stamp the flower using Memento ink. So I filled a white ink pad. This was a white ink pad. Now the white ink pad comes uninked, and I put Memento ink in here because I wanted it to be more cushiony. The Memento pad is not a cushion pad, and it just gives a better impression. So if you wanted to do that with your Memento ink, you could. And I want to make sure that I have that all inked again. I'm just going to go through it again, tapping it, and then I'm going to put it on my white piece here that's notched. That's this piece that you're going to be stamping on. Okay, so I'll move this aside. We're going to do the sentiments in the shaded spruce. So I have Let's Celebrate for the inside and the shaded spruce. I'm going to fit that right across here. Okay, and then the birthday wishes, which they're both from Simply Said stamp set, Let's Celebrate and Birthday Wishes. Okay, birthday wishes, where to go? Into the shaded spruce, and I'm going to put it a little bit toward the right because the flower is going to be over on the left portion of it. Okay, so that's all set. Now we're going to color the flowers with the masks. So the masks, there's 5 masks and they're all numbered. All right, so what you do with the masks, here's a bunch of them here. All right, so this is the first one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of paper underneath here. All right, because I don't want to mark up my paper. I'm going to move this down a little bit because this is going to fit over the flower. So I'm trying to get it so it fits good over the flower and so it will stay put. So once I'm going to get this put down first. I'm going to tape it down with some tape. This is easy lifting tape. I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and link it down below if you want. Let's see. So then you're going to line this up. All right. Try the best you can lining it up. And now once you have this down, you can press that down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this with a pen so I know where the other pieces are going to go. Okay. And the more you mark, the better it is to get it where it needs to go. Okay. So the first color we're going to use is Lemon Lolly, which is a real pale yellow, really pretty. We're going to do this twice with the Lemon Lolly. Okay. So I used this before for my yellow, so I'm going to just try and clean it off as best I can. I have kind of a dry wipe over here, and I'm going to just wipe it as much as I can to get it cleaned off. I think some people use those, oh, what are they called? Cloth rags too. All right, so I put it in the Lemon Lolly. We're going to go over it, but I'm going to go over it light because I want this color to be the lightest color. Okay, so I'm not going to be pushing very hard. I'm not pushing very hard at all. And that's the color that came down. Okay, I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to take this and pull it up. That was number 1. So they're cornered way up here. I'll try and show you if I can show you. You want that to stay put, okay? So I don't know if you can see that. Number 1, kind of right there. See it? There it is. So they're numbered. Number 1. Okay, number 2. Here's number 2. Okay, there it is. And we're going to line number 2 up over here with the line and make sure that it's within, you see how it's lining up right there? I want to make sure that it's within those dark marks. And then I tape that down. Okay. Actually, I think I'm going to put another piece of tape up here to really make sure it doesn't move. All right, then I'm going to do the Lemon Lolly again. I'm going to punch in the Lemon Lolly. I'm going to go a little darker this time. Hold it just a little darker. Okay. Okay, and that color's done. Let me just lift this out of the way. We'll use that for the next one. So then lift that. See the color, how the color's going down now? Let me see if I can get closer to that so you can see it closer. All right. And here's number 3. Number 3. Okay. I'm going to put number 3 down. Line it up. This is kind of fun to do. I mean, you don't have to think about where to color things with the blends. I mean, I like doing the blends, but this takes all the guessing work out of it. It does it for you. So I'm switching colors now because I do want it a little darker, and I'm using Daffodil Delight. Okay, and this is a little deeper yellow, so you don't have to work so hard to get your color in. So I'm gonna ink that up. Oh, see how dark that's going on? Wait till you see the change it makes. It's really nice. Okay, so we're going to put that aside and get ready for the reveal. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Ta-da! Very nice. Now we're going to do the leaves. Okay, so this is number 4 is the leaf. All right, so this colors both of the images in the stamp set. There's a hydrangea image in the stamp set too. So let me go here and line this up. See how I'm making sure it's here? I mean, I'm double checking to make sure it's straight. And it looks like it's a little off. So I'm going to remark it and know that the lower one, this one, is for my green. Okay. Mark it here. Sometimes this moves a little bit. All right, so now I'm using shaded spruce for both colors. I'm going to ink up the green. I have a green brush here, blend, and I'm just going to lightly go over it. Pretty light, not too dark, because the color is deep and it does go on fast. Okay, so pull these off, and that's that. So pretty. It's really pretty, the reveal. And then this is the last one. Let's see if it lines up good. So I'm kind of looking down here and making sure that it's all within the area that it needs to be in. There it is. I think that's it right there. Okay. So even though you marked over here, you may want to adjust it a little. You can tell once it's down. All right, and then I'm going to go in with the shaded spruce again, and I'm going to ink it up twice, and it's definitely going to give a different shade to it because the other shade was very light. All right, and pull that up. Ta-da! So then you're done. Isn't that fun? That's a fun way to color your flowers. So this set is available now in the online exclusives. It's called, I think I have it over here, Thankful Garden. All right. And the hydrangea hasn't, the hydrangea is the other mask over here that masks and colors that. Very pretty. All right, so let me put that aside. So now I'm going to die cut this out, and I've already done it right here. Move this aside. Move all this other stuff aside. Bring this in. Bring this in. And you know what I did? Oh man, I forgot to add the ribbon to this. So I'm going to try and be smart because I forgot to add it. So you do want to add this ribbon beforehand, but you know what? I think I'm going to pop this off and add it. So in order, here we go, mistake time. So I'm going to pop the dimensionals off. So just go under and cut them underneath. And then you can just roll them off like that to make them flat again. So when you put it back on, all right. So what you want to do is, hopefully you're not doing this when you're watching it for the first time or you followed the directions at some point. So I got to take all this off too. I'm sorry for the mistake, but sometimes we make mistakes. We have to fix them. It's the way to do it. So they do have a, they used to have a rubber, oh, I guess they still do. They sell it in a pack, like one of these rubber erasers. You can get those at the Dollar Tree. You used to be able to get those at the Dollar Tree. Anyway, we're going to add this now, all right? And maybe I'll put it lower. See, and I don't really want it to show behind there because I'm actually going to attach it with tape, I think. But I'll put the tape toward the bottom. Oh, darn. I really messed this up for you guys. But hopefully you're watching it and you can, because it should go around the embossed piece here. Right here, you want to put that around the embossed piece. We're going to put this low enough so we won't see it down below. And I'm just using a piece of tape, okay? I don't think it's going to be a big deal because it still will be a little bit below. the fold here. All right, so I'm putting this lower than it needs to be, but that's where it's supposed to be. It doesn't really matter, but this is how you fix something. It doesn't always have to be exact. Sometimes we mess up. All right, let's get the dimensionals back in here. I'm going to put a dimensional here, here, and here, and then another dimensional, oops, other dimensionals here, and you can kind of see where they were before, so put them in the same spot right there. Peel them off. Let's see if we get it hidden behind where it needs to go. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it will be below. Okay, so I somewhat fixed it so you won't see it too much back there. Who's going to really look at it back there and say, oh gee, she put that on weird? Only you're going to know. All right, we're going to pop this up with dimensionals too. Okay. I love this gold mesh. They had silver mesh in the catalog last year. I'm not sure if that's still available, but this is also an online exclusive. So looking where you put your dimensional, you don't want it to go past that because you don't want it to stick. So I'm going to put this more like that. Okay, then we're going to have the flower coming in. All right, and I'm going to put dimensionals toward the top of the flower. And I think I'm going to glue it down here, okay, just to make it a little different. All right, I'll put a little bit of glue on the stem right there. Okay. And then make sure you hold it where you want it. Okay, hold the glue down for a minute. We're going to take the gems. So I have two up here and one down here. But maybe I'll put it right on the sentiment, just because that's down there now, and it just looks a little different. It doesn't look too bad. And let's put the sentiment on the inside in. We're going to pop that up with dimensionals because you want to hold the card up when it's on display. And this just fits in here if you put the dimensional so it's square to the edge. Okay, just be aware of that. Take those off. All right, let's celebrate. It's going to go in the center. Try and make it as straight as possible, and maybe toward the bottom a little so it will have room to stand up, but not too straight. There, how's that? There we go, and it's done. Ta-da! Isn't that cute? I love this card. It really is pretty. It would make a really pretty anniversary card too, for a wedding anniversary. So that is card number 1. Let me pull it back so you can get a better view. How's that? That's card number 1. Okay, the next card is this cute little gift card holder for a birthday, and it pops up like that, and it can display on your desk like that. And here's where you would write your sentiment or your little note, and then you stick your gift card in there, and this little fold holds it. and that pulls it out, okay? Just like that. All right, so I'm going to show you how to score this. The one that I have coming for you and your kit is all scored and ready to go, but I did want to show you how to do it for when you make it over again. All right, so I'm going to use this the scoring tool. Sorry about that. Okay, and this, let me get my glasses back on. Okay, so this is 8.5 by 8.5. All right, so half of it is 4 1/4. So we're going to score 4 1/4 like that, and then turn it and score 4 1/4 again. And now we're just going to score one way diagonal. So what I did on my scoring tool, and you could probably do this too, is I marked down the center, number 6, so I could put things like this diagonally, and this will fit. And you line it up in the little valley there and score it at 6 going all the way down. As long as it's even, your point to point is even. Is that in this point here? You'll get a good score. All right, so that's how it's scored. You see that? Okay. I'll get this out of the way. So now I'm going to take your bone folder and we're going to burnish the score lines back and forth. So I'm going into the mountain, okay? There we go. All right, so this one, if you push on these, it kind of comes automatically in to a square, okay? It may not be a perfect point up there, but when you push on them the opposite way, it comes in. So that's how that is folded, okay? And now we're just going to layer it up. All right, so there's a couple different layers on here. This one is 3 by 3. Yes, right, 3 by 3. So this is all square. This white piece is the inside piece. That obviously is the label. There's one piece on the inside, which is this one here. It has the pull tab cut out of it. It's a little different. It's measured 4 by 3 3/4, not 4 by 4. So you want to fit that on your layers, because that's going to go on this piece on the inside just a little taller. Let me show you this one here. It's a little shorter. You can't really notice it, but it is just a little shorter right in there. See it? That piece goes over here. This goes over here, and the front is going to go here. Before we do that, though, I want to attach this piece that's going to make the fold down here for your gift card. All right, so you're going to take your glue, and we're going to glue. So holding it like that, that's where the fold's going to be, just like that. I'm hoping that you can see that well. My lighting is not the best. Let me see if I can move my light over so I can light it up better. Whoops. All right. Okay, so that's where that's going to go. All right. So you want to attach it on only the bottom part on the inside, because you want that to be a pocket. But this side is going to be attached completely. So it makes one piece. So we're going to put glue right there. And we're going to fold that together and attach it. So we're attaching essentially this piece here, all right? And you can use tear and tape if you want, so it really stays put. You really want it to stay put. Just give it a minute to glue up. And then we're going to glue just along this bottom edge here to make the pocket. The pocket's going to be over here, and you don't want the, this is probably where you should use tear and tape, but I'm a glue person, so I'm going to put that like that and attach it there. A little messy. It's okay. Just wipe it off and hold it for a minute so it attaches. And this white piece, you see how it has a score line in it? Can you see that score? I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, there's a score line in it, and you'll see it when it comes. So you're going to burnish the score line. Okay. This will get folded in half. Just try and make it as even as possible and fold it in half, and that's going to be your tab. All right, and we're going to put glue on the sides of your tab right about there. So your fold is going to go in and your tab is going to be out here. So keep it maybe 1/4 of an inch out, maybe less, and just hold it there. Okay, and this is where you could write your message and then put your gift card in here. All right, and it's going to pop in your pocket. Slide into your pocket just like that. All right. All right, so now let's put this on the inside. So you see how this is a little shorter. We're gonna layer these up. And that goes on here. Remember not to put glue where the opening is, and you're not going to see that. And nobody's going to know you punched that out of that particular area. I mean, I could have punched all the, or cut all the flowers out of all these pieces too, because they're getting layered up, so you would never see them. All right. So this is going to go on this part here, just this triangle part here. And you want to make sure that you don't go past. See how it's going to be up a little, all right? Because you're going to have a little room down here. That just helps it close better. I hope this is easy enough for you. So I'm going to put glue on here, and I know it's within that triangle area, and then I'll put some in here too. So you have it coming out on the ends. Okay. All right, and that's going to go right there. So this is 4 by 4, so you're leaving about 1/8 of an inch area on the left, the top, and the right, and don't worry about the bottom part. Okay, so this is not stuck on the bottom, see? It's only stuck on the triangle piece here. But 2, you want to wait until it's nice and dry before you go moving it around too much. All right, so now we'll put this piece here, but this is where we're going to stamp. So actually we'll keep this piece aside for now to stamp on it, but we'll glue the rest in. That's going to go there. Okay. And this is 4 by 4. And I think let me pull out the directions. So I'm trying to eyeball 1/8 of an inch all the way around here. Okay. And this is 3 by 3. That's going to go down next. And then sentiment is going to go in the center of that. So we're going to layer that and eyeball it around, making sure it's even. Looks even to me. Okay, so that's even, and your sentiment's going to go here. We're going to stamp that in a minute. And then we can do the outside here, and the outside is over here. So when you close it, let's close it up. So you want this to be like the open part is going to be the way, the direction, okay, is going to be where you open it down there. You don't want to, I don't think you want to put it another way. So we're going to layer these on. And there's no ribbons or anything we need to put on, so that's a good thing. Don't mess that up this time, right? There we go. And this. Making sure it's even. And then the 3x3. So I purposely did it this way so I could cut the DSP a lot. 3x3 is getting 16 on a page. You can get 16 of these cut out. All right, so that's that. We will put this aside for now and do the stamping. Let's do the stamping. Is going to be in Pretty Peacock, and there's 4 wild wheat flowers and 4 Lost Lagoon flowers, okay? And this is gonna be Pretty Peacock. Here it is. Birthday Wishes. Birthday Wishes was already one that we used. Just want to clean the other color off. It was kind of green. I don't want to mess up my stamp pad. So we're going to stamp that into Pretty Peacock, and it's going to go on the pretty much a little bit toward the right, just so you could fit your flowers on toward the left. Inside Sentiment is from Hooray for Surprises. And then, what did I put in here? Birthday Wishes, I think, or Make a Wish. So Make a Wish. Is also going to be with the Pretty Peacock. And that's going to go right in the center. That is crooked. Ooh, wow. Okay, let's try to get in. Try and get it straight. Better, a little better. And then the little flower, I have a little flower, is going to be in the Lost Lagoon. And hopefully I have the Lost Lagoon out here. I do. Pull that out. So the wild wheat is one of the in colors that's going to go away. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Oops, how's that? And that's the stamping that you need to do. We're going to pop those up with dimensionals. We will put the Birthday Wishes on first. want to try and get it to look like the other one, if I can. All right, it comes off the edge just a little. All right, and then we're going to put some flowers on. Let me see. The one on the inside is just going to get glued in. I don't think we need any pop-up really on the inside. It's going to be thick enough as it is fitting on in the envelope. So let's put this here. And this just has a little bit of a border coming around it. Okay. Make a wish. Oh, and we're going to put one of these flowers right down here on the inside. And take one of the gems, put it in the center. You know what? Let me find my pointy tool so I can get that off better. I'm going to put the gem right in the center. These are the rhinestone, the basic rhinestone gems. Okay, so two of them are kind of on top here. Two of the wild wheat flowers right here. Two of them are below. One up here. I put it just a little bit behind the sentiment. This one's over here, but I want to fit the rest of the blue ones on here. I just put a little bit of glue around the hole, okay? You don't have to, that can go there. This one here we're going to pop up with a dimensional, and oh, and I think the other one we're going to do a dimensional too. So these little dimensionals, it should hopefully fit. Let's flip these over. I'm going to stick it right in the center. Okay, one more. Right like that. These little dimensionals are hard to get off. I'm going to put one over here, right there, and one over here. But I want to make sure that I can see my gem when I put it in. So now I'm going to put all the gems in the centers. You have enough gems to put in all of them. Oops, where'd that go? Come back here. Yeah. That one there. If it's off a little bit, you could just push it in and push it down. I got 3 more to put on. One here. One here. Those minis, the mini dimensionals are going to hold on the gem really well. But the sticky on these is fine. It will hold them good. Okay. There's that. And then that card is done. Look at that. How cute is that? So I hope this was easy enough to follow along. You'll have to give me a note if you're having difficulty. But I hope you enjoyed that one too. All right, let's move on to the next card. Okay, so this is our third card. Just a note and thankful for you. So these stamps are from Thankful Garden. The Thankful for You. This has Thankful for You Friend, but I cut that off I just like thankful for you on there. So I cut it off. And then this just for you is from the Simply Said stamp set. We've been using this for the other cards too. Okay. All right. And those are going to be stamped in Memento ink. And also that flower will be stamped in Memento ink. Let me pull in the kit. So your kit will come like this. There's a lot of little pieces on here. Make sure there's no gems inside. You've got 3 gems coming, okay? Let's see. So here's the inside piece we're going to stamp on. I changed the leaves to this, which was in this this Thankful Garden set. Really pretty leaves. I missed that the last time when I cut these out, or the original one. I did the original set. So you have 3 different steps here, okay? You know, pull that like that. So you have the big one, the medium one, and the small one, okay? And all of these are kind of, I mean, you can pretty much tell which goes with which. So we'll put those together first, all right? Let me move that out of the way. We'll get all these little strips in here. This is the strip that's going to go on the front of the card, okay? And you will notice that there's a little more down the bottom, but we're going to be covering that part up anyway, okay? So that goes with that. We'll put that aside. This is going to go on the inside piece. And here's your, this is for your flowers that you're going to stamp. You have to supply your own flowers. I can't stamp for you. And this is for the sentiment. And you'll choose your sentiment. So why don't we just stamp the sentiment on here, seeing we have it. So it's going to be over to the left, kind of, sort of in the center. All right. So let's put that down like that. I'm going to stamp that right about there. Okay. And then the flowers are from this set too, again, but I'm only going to be stamping these 2 flowers on that piece. All right, and it'll fit. You just have to turn it until it fits. All right, let me move that out of the way so I don't get any ink on that and that out of the way. All right, so I'm going to ink up just those flowers. And I'm going to turn it so it fits on here. All right, so those are the 2 flowers, and that's all we need. But I'm not going to color these with the masks. I'm going to use my blends. And I believe, let me look at the directions and see which blends I told you I used. So anybody that gets the card kit will get these written directions. Nice big colors. All right, so I used Daffodil Delight blends. Okay. Let me get the Daffodil Delight blends out. They're right over here. And I only put a little. I'm kind of sort of looking at the flower here. That's what I kind of wanted to mimic that. So this is the Daffodil Delight Light. And that was swift. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm just going to follow these lines a little bit and just put a little bit of color in. And you could do it different. You could do however you want. If you want to, if you did get the stamp set and you want to put more color in, that's totally up to you. Like maybe we'll color this inside part, you know, and then I'll just put that on that. So now we're going to fussy cut those out. I know you guys love fussy cutting. So let me get a little closer if I can. And we will fussy cut these out. And I always just like to leave a little bit of a... So this small one I'm going to cut into the big one, but I'm going to cover it so you're not going to see it when it's attached. Okay? So I'll cut that off and then just continue fussy cutting the flower. I would have cut these from the paper, but the paper ones did not have yellow ones like this. They were not, they didn't go with the paper that I chose on the card. So I'm sure if you guys have been with me for a while who have been doing the kits, you have stamps that you'd be able to use for flowers that maybe even look like this. Or you can always get this stamp set. The stamp set is really nice. With the bundle and the masks, there's a lot of versatility with this. Okay. All right, just keep going and cut around. Until you're done. Pretty simple and quick. All right, so those are your two flowers. All right, so let's start putting these strips onto the step pieces, okay? So we're going to burnish all these step pieces. Okay. And you'll see which ones go to what. They all get burnished the same direction. This is the only one that's going to fit like a square. The other ones are going to be a little bit different. So you'll glue this on. We'll glue this on here. And it's going to be glued to the card, so you won't see this ridge here. Part is going to be glued to the card. All right. Okay. All right. Oops. So you need to hold it until it stays put. If you use tear and tape, it will be an immediate stick. Okay, make sure all your lines are burnished good after you attach it, because you want this to fold good either way, okay? All right, so that's the part that we're going to attach to the card here, all right? Here's the base card. But we want to actually put this piece on first, so let's layer this piece on first. The back of this paper is black and white. I'm not sure if they're all black and white, to be honest. It comes from the same paper pack that we've been using, so. But I just want you to make sure it's even on the top, the left, and the right. That's the part that will be seen. This part is going to be covered up with this. So when you put this here, now you know where these go. So one of them is going to go here. Let's put a little mark on it. So one of them's going to go here and one of them's going to go here. So let's put these on while we are, before it gets glued on, it'll be easier. So this, and there's only a little bit of a border on these. They're very tight border. Okay, the big one goes there. The smaller one goes here. The narrower one, I should say. It's still as long. I'm just trying to make sure it's nice and even. Okay. All right, and now I am going to put glue on this part that we folded is going to be up against the card. All right. And the bottom is going to be blank like that. All right. So now we're going to hold this. You want to make sure it's even on the right, left, and on the bottom. Hopefully I'm holding this in the right spot so you can see it. All right, and just hold it for a minute. You can open it up. You can actually do this and move it so the fold is right there on the bottom. See that? Okay, and that's your first step. All right, now we're going to go from there. This is the next step. It's a medium size. We're going to burnish all the folds. Oh, now let's put that aside. All the folds the same way. Okay. All right, so this isn't going to close. This isn't going to close all the way. It's going to be like that. All right. You'll see it in here. See it in here? All right, so that's going to go on the top. So looking at that, you can see that your paper is going to go here and here. Okay, so while we have it open and flat, we can put the paper on. So get the medium pieces are here. That piece is going to go there, and this piece is going to go here. All right. Again, you're leaving just a little bit of a border, very little. All right, we're gonna glue this part on first, and then, because that will be the part that goes to the bottom and it fits all the way into the card, okay? So we'll put glue on this first. We'll wait to put glue on the other piece until we have this on, okay? So you're gonna bring this in and you're gonna glue this onto the card. So if you look at it, you want to make sure it's kind of even, top, bottom. And then you can just fold this piece right on top of it. Right? All right. Once that's attached, take your time and we're going to do this. You're going to fold it like that on your piece. Okay, just like that. Let me see how I should do this. Oh, okay, just like that. Yeah, you want to do it just like that. And then put your glue on that last little flap. And bring the whole thing up to fold again. Just like that. I hope you were able to see that. See how that attached right where it needed to be? When you did it that way, I'm hoping that you were able to catch that. All right, give it a little time to adhere, and then you have your second step. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. All right, here's the third step and last step. I know this is stressful. Actually, I have to sit down. All right. I'm going to fold in all of these folds the same direction again. So this one is going to be kind of sort of like the one we just put on. It doesn't fit the whole way. See? You can see the little tab in the back. So looking at that, hold this the same way. So there's with the tab. Oh, there's with the tab in the back like that. So holding it the same way, you can see where your pieces are going to go. Your piece is going to go here and here. Okay, and always mark them because you never know. Once you put it flat, you're going to forget if you're anything like me. All right, so there you go. And put the little piece here. Okay, and the other piece here. All right, and then we're going to put it on the same way. All right, so this is on the top, this is on the front. This gets stuck to the bottom. We're going to open, and hopefully you can see that too. Right there. Try and keep that in the sight. All right, and then we're going to do this. So I'm opening it up flat again, and I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to put glue on this flap here. Holding it right there. Making sure it's even on the left and the right. And I'm going to fold this piece right on top of it. Okay? If you're using tear and tape, it will be quicker. It'll be a quicker stick. So remember, we're going to do this. We're going to fold it flat again, not. So this is the top part, and the piece is going to get stuck to the back. But because it's not totally as tall, all right, so if you're holding it like that, just fold it, the whole piece forward. All right. And then you have your 1, 2, 3 steps. I hope that was clear. I hope that you're able to understand what I'm doing. All right. And then when you see, all right, there it is. It's stuck inside there. See? And that's your step. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. So you could really go crazy and put tons of flowers on here. In fact, we could put like a flower down here and have this one coming off of the front piece here. So it's more layered back instead of having it all on that one piece. So let's do that, okay? So I have these leaves. I changed the leaves. I changed my mind on the leaves. So I cut these out for you because they're actually really cuter than those. They're more fancy. We're going to cut them off though. We're going to cut 3 leaves out. All right. And just cut that big stem off. So we have 3. So because that space down here, you kind of want to cover that up. Maybe we'll put the leaf like right there and it'll cover that up. How's that? I think that's a good idea. And I'm going to glue this right down. I'm not going to pop it up. So I'm going to hold it together. I've got both pieces holding them together. All right. Just like that. And I'm going to attach them right there to the second step up. Now these leaves have holes in them, so you want to make sure that that's dry before you fold it up or it'll get stuck. All right, so that's the first one, and then we're going to put this one on the front one. How's that? Oh, isn't that cute? That's a good idea. Right there. Right, like that. Oh, you know what? Back up, back up, back up. We got to take this off because I have to put the sentiment on first. All right, let's put the sentiment on. Oh my gosh. I'm going to forget the sentiment. All right, sentiment goes on first. Then the flower goes on. So layer your sentiment on that other garden green piece. All right, and I think, did I pop that up? I did. I popped that up with dimensionals. Okay, that's all right. We could do that. So I'm going to take 4 dimensionals. I'm going to put 2 toward the bottom. So here's my sentiment, flipping it over, 2 toward the bottom, and then the sentiment's going to be like about here. 1 there and 1 there on that. Okay. Toward the top part, because you don't want them banging into one another. All right. So we're going to fit this on. And the trick to this too is you want this to be flat, because when you fold the card, you need to have it not go past that. So we may have to trim this a little. All right, I'm going to trim this a little, and I'm suggesting too, maybe when it almost looks like that's a little bit more of a border on that. Let's just make this a thinner border right here so it fits. Because when this card is closed, it's going to be in the envelope, and it needs to fit in the envelope. All right, that's perfect. So just take a little hair off, or you know, when you're fitting it on, cut it when it's on, or before you put it on. It'll be easier cutting it. All right, so now we're gonna glue that flower back on. We'll just keep that off. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a dimensional over here so it pops up with the edge there, and make sure that that side, put more glue, okay, and have that be right like that. Okay, and then glue your leaf on right over that opening part, and you'll never know that that was cut out. How's that? A little bit of work to fit it. It almost looks like this one here is a little bit narrower. So maybe when you put this sentiment on your green piece, you might want to trim it a little narrower before you put it on. That's what happened there, I think. I don't know why I didn't catch that. Okay, all right, I'm sorry about that. All right, so now we're going to put this flower here. All right. And maybe we'll put a leaf on the front with it. Maybe popping out from behind like that. And then we'll put the other leaf up here. How does that look? Just like that. That doesn't look bad, right? Okay, let's do that. I'm going to glue this one on instead of popping it up. All right. So I'm going to put a little glue toward on the bottom piece, because part of it's going to be off, so don't put glue. You only put glue on one part. Put a little glue on this and tuck it behind your flower. How's that? Oh, that looks cute. And when it's closed, it almost looks a little bit more dimensional. That's nice. I like that. Or you could do it the way I did it in the picture. So either way, I'm showing you either way, making sure this leaf is below this, because when it's closed, you don't want it to go past the card to fit it in the envelope. All right, so now, a little stressful, not cutting it right. Sorry about that. This, I'm going to put this on first before I stamp the sentiment on the inside. And you can make this card anything. It could be just a note. It could be a sympathy card. This would be a cute sympathy card. Whoops, sorry, I'm out of the frame. All right, and then we're going to stamp this. Thankful for you, or whatever you want to put on the inside. Or you could just leave it and then write a note on the inside, you know? So you have plenty of room to write your note. All right, card number 3 almost done. This leaves a little bit of a border on the round. Okay, and now card number 3 is done. There's the difference. Oh, and I did put a wink of Stella. Oh, and don't forget your gems. Oh my goodness, how could I forget them? Okay, we'll put one gem here. One gem here. Oh, darn. That's being a little temperamental. And then one down here. And I did use Wink of Stella on here if you wanted to make your flowers sparkle. Oops, this one's not open yet. Okay. Wink of Stella, just on the white part, just to give it a little sparkle. Okay. And that's done. How do you like it? It's a little, not such an easy card, actually. It almost took a half an hour to put together. Okay, let's go on to the next card. Okay, here is our 4th and final card. I'll try and get through this quick. It's a cute fun fold. I can't remember what it's called. It's a spring card, but you can make it an Easter card if you want. Wishing you a happy day. And this paper is from Storybook Moments, and it has these little die cut people or animals in them. So each person gets a different die cut in theirs. It may be the same as this one, and it may be different. I know there's like 4 or 5 of these, and then like 3 or 4 of each one. So there may be duplicates in the packet that you get. So here's how your packet will come, and make sure there's no gems in there. There's gems in here, so you're going to have your frame and the oval that you're going to fit it on. We'll put that aside. There's your gems, don't lose those. And here's the little sentiment pieces that we're going to stamp on. And here's the layers are all in the layer that you need to put them on. Oh, and here's the little die cuts, I guess they're die cuts, and then a little bow. All right, so first and foremost, we need to put the whole base card together, which is all these mossy meadow pieces, and you'll see that these are scored. See that score? There's a score on this one, and there's a score on this one. So burnish the score lines on all your pieces and the base card too. I'm going to push that out of the way and push this out of the way a little bit. Okay. So now we're going to put this piece, we're going to glue that onto the inside piece. take a little glue. And I just eyeballed it. I didn't go crazy. You want to make sure it's kind of even top and bottom. I mean, if you want to be real picky about it, you can get your, you see the grid paper behind here. So this is 5.5 tall. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a little bit high, but that's okay. I'm just going to leave it because it's already stuck, but that's fine. But then when this one goes on, you want to make sure it's going to be even in between these two, okay? So it's more even there, all right? So put the center one on first, and we'll put the smaller flap on second. And that goes on the outside when it's folded. So I'm going to kind of sort of line it up and then get that right like that. So when you fold it, just make sure it's nice and even, okay? And that's your base card, all right? It's kind of a triple flap thingy. Let's put all the old olive pieces on next, and then you'll really see it come together. So this one goes here. All of them have a little bit of a border around them. This one goes on the inside flap. There's one on the front and one inside. So the inside piece is a big tall piece. Has a little bit of a border around the edge. And you know, this really hides the flap, so you really can't tell. And it holds it, I mean, you can really barely see where the flap is there. Just looks like it's part of the card, kind of cool. And this one's going to cover that one, so. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then let's put the DSP on too, because we don't have any ribbon that's going to go on or around anything, so we're going to put all the DSP pieces on. And this might be directional. Is this directional? I don't know. That kind of looks good that way. So all these DSPs, these two are from the Storybook Moments designer series paper, and the plaid or the checkered ones are from the plaid, the timeless plaid. Okay, we're going to put that there. And this card goes together fast. There's no stamping on the inside, but we will put one of those die cuts on the inside. But you can always stamp more on it if you wanted. I have labels that are going to go on here, and the labels were made by cutting the label to the size that I wanted and then putting it through a punch, and I'll show you the punch in just a second. All right, so that's all that. That's what that looks like. That's cute. So the label, it's called Happy Labels Pick a Punch, and you cut the labels. There's like 3/4, 5/8, 1 inch, and then you punch the edges over here. There's a scallop edge and an edge that has like a ticket on it. So that's what these labels are from. So let's get the little pieces out here. See what we have. And we have, oh, this is a pretty one. And the little bunny. Oh, she's so cute. So I think I'm going to put him on the inside with the little bike. He's going to go on the inside down here. And the flowers are going to go here, and we'll put the label across it and make it look nice. Okay. All right, let's build our frame now. So the frame, the oval is from the linked together dies, and those are right here. We use the flowers on one of the other cards, but there's the oval, and it fits perfect behind that frame that is from the storybook Moments. So we're going to glue the frame onto the oval. And I just use a little bit of glue. Try and be careful. I'm not that steady. There we go. And just glue it right over that oval, and it's perfect. I'm going to put dimensionals on Miss Bunny here. I'll put them close down here. I don't want too many on there. Put that there. And then the flowers are going to go down there too. Let's put this here to catch it. Put a little glue on that side. And we'll have the flowers go like right like that. She's picking her vegetables. And then we'll put the bow on with a glue dot. Let's see, glue dot. All right, and then I'm going to try and fold it in half because it's kind of big. Can you see that? Glue that right there. And I put it right down there. Okay, so now we want, this is the Happy Spring stamp set, which is going to be stamped with Mossy Meadow. And I'm putting that toward the left, Happy Spring. Just like that. And that's going to get glued on this side, popped up on the other side. So I'm going to pop it up toward the scallop and put glue down here. Make it, I'm going to have it come off, have it come off just a little bit into the green so it meets the mossy side, mossy color, and have it pop up. All right, and then I'm going to hold this here and eyeball where the dimensionals are going to go. So I'm going to put like one here, here, and here, and I'm going to put it on the flap so I don't get it off of the flap. I don't want to mess it up. So it's going to go about here, here, and here, the 3 dimensionals. Okay, and that will hold your oval. And what I'm looking at is this piece down here and this piece up here to make sure it's kind of even. All right. Oh, that's stuck and I didn't want it to stick. Hey, come back here. All right, there we go. And keep an eye about where the spring is too, okay? And kind of get it centered. There. Okay. So that's all set now. So this is going to get over like that. All right. Let's fold it over like that. So we're going to put one of these sentiments under here, but I don't want it to show. So in order to do that, you kind of have to have it sticking out over there. So this one is going to be Wishing You. It's going to be stamped with the Mossy Meadow again. Make sure I got that going the right side. Wishing You. Okay. I'm going to glue this in. I'm only going to put glue on the right side of the label because the other side might be sticking out off. Okay, so I'm going to have it sticking off a little bit. because I don't want it showing underneath the front oval. And hopefully that did it. Yeah. Okay. So wishing you, and then inside here is a happy day. And that is from the linked together set again. So this one really does use the linked together stamp set and dies. So am I off camera here? Let me get more into camera. There we go. A happy day. That's good there. And that's going to go. See, it's a little different. That's a little different. So we're going to just cover that right like that. And I'm going to glue that in too. It's going to be a thick enough card with the flaps, so you don't really need a lot of dimensionals on it. All right, making sure that's even. And then this card's done. Wow, isn't it cute? Oh, don't forget your gems. Okay, so let's, where do we put the gems? Looks like I put a couple down below. We'll put one here. I think I want to put one over here on this piece here on the inside. And so there's 3 different sizes. There's a little, a small, a medium, and a large. So let's put the large and the small one up here. How's that? And then the other one can go down there. How's that? Isn't that cute? So happy spring. And so no matter which one you get, it's going to be cute to go with the card. It really will. They're really adorable little animals. So there you go. So here's all the cards. Let me pull them in. So that's done with number 4. So here are the cards we made today. I hope you liked them. And remember, if you want to get the card kit for free, place an online purchase on my website using this hostess code on or before April 1st, and I will send you the card kit for free. Also, there's a link down below with that shopping code also. There's also a link to purchase just the card kit for $25, or you can purchase the directions for $10 if you'd like. The measurements are down below if you want to tackle it yourself and watch the video. So I hope you enjoyed this card class. Next month's going to be a little bit different. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet because Stampin' Up! Is doing away with the hostess codes. So I think I'm just going to do something a little bit different, but you'll find out. I'll send out a newsletter and I'll also post it on Facebook for the upcoming April class. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next month. Bye.